Why, hello there, friends, family, and everything between. Welcome to another round of One Piece. My name is Dylan from Alternate Universes, and I'm currently fighting off a sneeze so badly. Ooh, boy, on the left we have Cody Williams playing Ivankov Tempo, and on the right we have Jacob. I did not get Jacob's last name, but he's playing Black Purple Zephyr. Both of these characters are brand new. They are from the Paramount War set, which is set 2 of One Piece, which unfortunately we are sold out of because of the fact that Bandai just doesn't really print enough product. Which is super unfortunate. If anyone from Bandai ever watches this video for some reason, print more stuff, dude. Not like too much stuff that it like oversaturates your game, like you did with Dragon Ball and Digimon with specific sets. But you know, print it so that my players can buy product. That'd be great. So, all that out of the way, the sneeze is gone. Let's talk about the decks. On the left, Ivankov Tempo. So Ivankov is a leader that says at the end of your turn, if you have no cards in hand, you draw 2 cards. A deck that I undervalued when I read leader initially, and just kind of glossed over the cards. I was like, why would I want to play a deck that just like constantly wants to empty your hand? Turns out, the cards that empty your hand out, like the 6-drop Luffy, very good cards. And just being uber defensive is very nice. So I took the L on that one. Out of our testing group, I was like, Ivankov's not going to be good. And then Ivankov is actually pretty good. So now every time I'm like, oh, this deck's pretty sweet, everyone's like, oh, you are a dummy. And I'm like, you're right. I am, in fact, a dummy. Zephyr's a cool deck. It's another deck that I was kind of underimpressed by. For a multicolor deck to like impress me when I initially read everything, it needs to be like Law, where it's like very clearly a strong ability. And when it comes to Don minusing, I'm very underwhelmed, or hesitant, I should say, when it comes to how I evaluate the strength of the Don minusing cards, especially on leaders. But what Zephyr says is when he attacks, you can Don -4 to kill something, I believe 4 or less, which combos really well with a lot of the cards in the black deck. So let's pull Zephyr specifically because I want to know if it is 4. It kills a 3 or less, and then the leader gets plus 1k during the turn. Pretty powerful effect, pretty good. Is it down -4, right? Yeah, down -4 when attack. So what you can do is use the black cards to reduce everything cost. Specifically the 10-drop Secret Rare, Kuzan, I think, reduces everything by 5 during your turn. So it makes just about everything killable to Zephyr's ability. It also turns, it allows like 6-drop King to kill more stuff because of the fact that you're reducing cards' power levels, or costs. It allows the 7-drop King to pop more things because, again, you're using cards to reduce the cost level of cards. It's a really interesting deck. My friend Matt has been playing it. He just started playing it. The set just came out, but he started playing it last Friday with us when we were testing, and it looked really cool. I didn't get to play it. I haven't got to play it yet. Cody doing the thing that Ivankov wants to do, playing the 7-drop Ivankov here, which will allow him to draw up to 3 cards in hand and then play an Impel down, cost 6 or less for free, which is that Luffy that we just saw there. Luffy's ability, when it enters the battlefield or attacks, you can discard 2 cards, bounce to the creature your opponent controls that cost 4 or less, and then it gains double strike for the turn. What's really powerful is that's also an attack trigger. So it's very good at dealing with blockers. Like, that card is very good at just taking over a game. It's a 7k double striker. It's very strong. I've lost games just because I let that card like go unchecked for a little too long, and it's just absurd. I've had like games where I've had complete control and tempo against the Ivankov deck, and then that card comes down, and I just decide to, I don't know, like push face instead of killing that card, and it gets me. Or they find like 2 copies of it, and it's just so good. The event, or the stage on Cody's board right there, is a 1 mana spell. You draw a card, you tap it, draw a card, discard a card. Very simple. Allows you to clear some stuff off the top of your deck. Allows you to empty cards in your hand. I think it allows you actually to discard up to 3 cards. There's a Brachio Bomber going to kill the Luffy. It allows Jacob to add one Don from his Don deck. And there is a, I think it's Kashyyyk. I don't know character's name. I mentioned it in the round 1 video because I'm gonna. I apologize. I don't watch One Piece. I don't read One Piece either. It is. Admittedly, I am a weak person, and it is far too long. It is like over 1,000 episodes, and there's like 1,200 chapters or some crazy number, and I just don't have time for that. I've seen some stuff when I was a kid, when it like first started airing. Like I've seen some of the East Blue arc. That's all I really like. And I recognize some of the characters coming out in set 3.
This is the one where you get arrested. And
for characters like Zephyr, Ivankov, Kaido, like, I don't know who they are. I know them only from the card game. So with the newer characters in the new set, I'm probably not getting to names right until I've played enough of set 2 to know all the cards. I just know there is a black card named Kashyyyk. I think that's her. Yeah. Well, the players decide what they want to do here. I will say this is going to be a longer game. Both players playing slower decks, trying to also just like make the correct plays the entire time. We're gonna have moments where they're thinking, and we're just discussing things. I have 16 messages in the group chat. Jesus, what are y'all doing? I have so many questions. What decks are you playing in set 2? What's caught your fancy? Is there anything that you're like, man, I jubilant while playing Monkey D Guard? Are you still playing stuff from set 1? Because I think, honestly, a couple of the leaders are still very respectable. I think, obviously, Zoro's a very good deck. Moving on to set 2. Some would say it's the boogeyman of the format. Kid, still pretty playable. I think Kinemon is better, but if you're able to, do the Kid thing and put the 8-drop on the board and secure it and it doesn't die, you have a massive leader swing every turn, twice actually. You just get to control the game, so I think Kid's still pretty playable. Kaido is still the bane of my existence because while I find the deck to be underwhelming, people draw really well with it, and the deck can do some powerful things. I think Kaido is a weak deck overall, but I think it can do some strong things. So it kind of balances it out. Like Kaido with Onigashima is so much different than Kaido without the island. But that's Ramp in a nutshell, right? Like Ramp in any card game will have those polarizing games. I don't know how I feel about Luffy from set 1. And Luffy is really popular either. I think Purple Croc is not very good right now. So I'm very interested. What are you playing? What are you playing in the set? What are you excited for? Are you excited for Smoker? I know Smoker's a really popular character. A lot of people were playing on Monday. I think we had 27 One Piece players at our at this weekly tournament, which is a very good number, honestly. Anything above 20 is just like super ecstatic to see, especially for a newer card game. Jacob is at 2 life here. Cody has another Luffy on the board. We'll see if Jacob's able to answer it this time. He was able to answer the first one pretty cleanly. Here's another copy of Chi.
Leave Luffy alone.
They're going to tap it to give minus 3 to the target creature, so probably the Luffy. Imagine that Luffy is not long in this world. Let's see if it is Kashyyyk. It is Kashyyyk. Let's go. Gives minus 2 to one of the characters by tapping it. It's also a 2K. Jesus Christ. One of my issues that I have with playing Kobe, discarding a card, and then popping the doodad one of my issues that I have with black right now in the game, and it's not a major issue, but it's something like when I play, I don't want my 2Ks to be cards that I want to actually play. If that makes any sense. I want them to be things that like can sit in my hand and I can just counter or combo with them. Like in green, Scratchman Oppo is an awful card. I refuse to believe that card is good. But it's a 2K, so I can just counter with it. You know, it's addable off of Bonnie. And I don't have to worry about needing to commit it to the board. Quite nice. But in the black deck, there are a lot of cards that are honestly pretty solid cards to play onto the board. And I don't like that. It's nice if there's like some upside, like what if one of your 2Ks has upside, like Ezo in green. Like sometimes you want to play your Ezo, sometimes you need to tap down a 4 or less blocker. Usually you're searching it to have a 2K. There's just so many things in the black deck that are 2Ks that it's like, man, I would like to keep this in my hand, but I need to develop the board state a little bit. Because nothing in some of my cards don't do anything. I want someone to bring Magellan. I really want someone to play Magellan at the local. I also want someone to sell me the Magellan leader for like $20. The alt-art. I don't know anything about this character. I just like his little hat, and his face is a little silly. And I'm just here for that. The Zephyr alt-art that Jacob has is really pretty. Man, the alt-art leaders in this set are gorgeous. I'm not crazy about ever having to, you know, use alt-arts in decks for this game. It's a fun game, but I'm not, like, trying to spend uber money to play the game. But let me tell you, the leaders, I think the leaders are worth it. Ooh, Magellan SR, $1. Maybe I need to put an order together. Order some stuff that I'm missing. Build some decks.
Oh, dude, do you think that, like, so if you're like a real tournament where stakes are on the line, I would be paying.
Because they have a buggy, Mr. 2, or Mr. 3. I don't actually know if it is. One of them is Mr. something. In the number.
Well, yeah, I got this fucking Trisphere. Like, you gotta pay $3.
Oh, they're both in the deck. That one is, however, Mr. 3. Galvino. Oh, they actually have names on them? Oh, sick. Okay, that'll help me. This is the blocker one that at the end you turn to discard a card and untap it. What did Mr. 2 do? $1 attack trigger, you may trash one card from the hand, place it to one character that costs you 2 or less at the bottom of the deck, then at the end of this battle, place this card at the bottom of the deck. That's a weird card. It's a 2K combo. Kind of underwhelmed by that, not gonna lie to you. The other rare in the deck, Inazuma, I think is the name. That card's good. That is a good card. 1 drop 5K. 1 drop 5K. 4 drop 5K. That is a blocker. Combos for 1. And then if you have 1 or less cards in your hand, this character gets plus 2K power. So you can use it offensively too, which is pretty sick, because the static ability doesn't dictate it's only during your opponent's turn. So you just have a 4 drop 7K sometimes.
I took one already.
That would be great to block with. If you watch the round 1 video, there's a moment where someone swings into an Inazuma to try and kill it, and the guy combos to protect it, but he goes down to 1 card in hand, so the static ability bumps it by another 2K, so which gets it out of the attack range, which is super cool. Talk about neat interactions.
And there's one in the case for some
Can I see the 2-drop spell again?
Cody, taking a look at a card in the graveyard. That is Shockwave. Shockwave, I believe, kills a 3 or less. Your opponent has. This is a $10 card from that starter deck. Up to one of your leader character cards gains plus 4K, then K up to one of your opponent's active characters will cost 3 or less. Trigger K up to one of your opponent's characters will cost 4 or less. Pretty solid card. I always forget there's like cards in these starter decks that are worth like money. It's just that, the Smoker, and I guess the Monkey Decarp. The Smoker card in the starter deck looks super cool. Throws it down. On to Doflamingo. Going to attack in for 5K. Jacob, is it 2?
Like I've gotten them, like eBay sales have been like, this is what I'm making with my money. But like I've never like intentionally bought them. So like I don't like boxes that people that don't know how to authenticate cards like use as real. Even if I don't have any intent of passing them off as real, like I don't like to make the cards real. So like whenever I wear boxes, I always get like a non-magic now.
Gonna play Rocky Obama here with Don -1, give plus 4K.
You take it out of the sleeve, I would pull it right away. It's not real.
Fine.
Going to attack in, gotta get a block.
Cards again.
Attacks in for 7. Will Shockwave pop Buggy. Plays second Ivankov and draw 2 cards.
Especially now that Chase is like $100.
Did you draw another movie? It's big.
I got another good skip shoes. It's like 5 pieces yesterday. They were like $40 what I bought.
Gets to play Luffy here.
Thinking on effects.
Deciding, I think, if he wants to do the discard effect.
Pitch, no target.
Does in fact discard 2. Probably choosing
In
no
game,
target.
resolve this before resolving this.
However, for the rotor.
2. Thinking on this resolve. Thinking on this.
Now, one thing that can be dangerous with this deck, specifically the Zephyr deck, when it comes to the Don thing, is that you can become so could have been dangerous about protecting the Luffy. You can get so infatuated with the Don thing, like you have to do it a lot for specific cards to work, right? Like with Judgment of Hell, you have the Don -1. Doctor One is Don -1. The leader goes Don -1. You can just fall behind on Don really quickly. I played a game against the deck where my friend was playing it super well. Like he just kept Don minusing, so he had to go super low on resources. And I would have 10 Don to his like 3 or 4 in a turn, and it's just like insurmountable when one player is able to play 2 to 3 cards a turn or a big thing, and the other person has to like stare at the big thing longingly. Like, I want to play this. Kuzan coming down here, 10 drop. gets to blow up something that costs 0 and has a static ability on all turns. During your turn that your opponent's creature does. Reduced by 5. Zephyr's going to attack in, die -4.
Then you can do whatever infinite bullshit everybody's board.
Pretty cool combo to protect you.
There's like stacks, decks. Really?
Fornian. No Donna.
Like resources, yeah. So like
Is he a dreamer or a trash?
some other pieces like that.
Is that the all-time cooldown too?
To buy enough time to get the critical attacks.
Jacob just dripped out.
For the attack triggers to kill them.
Easy all-time cooldown.
Because like if you fuck around.
Card's really pretty. And good card.
7 at lead.
Like if your plan is to I don't think you have to have depends on the block.
7 at lead.
Okay, going to 1 here. 8-10. With the leader. Queen's going to jump above it. Okay, actually it's 0. My bad. There's an alt-art queen. Well, queen. Ivankov. We're going to play a... we just figured out which one. How did we figure it out? I think it's number 3. I would... If you're watching this. I understand that I'm disappointed. Oh, it is just 3. Let's go. I've never been more proud of myself than this one thing. I can distinguish magic cards by like the tiny little boxes sometimes. I'm like, that's originally. Don't know characters in the most popular anime in the world. He's on Springer in here. One way Ivankov. Just gonna block it real quick. Bigger hand size has to be getting low. There's a queen blocking going down -1. Draw 2 cards, discard a card. Leading the fence. There's a card coming out center. I think I just started it. That has effectively a Grace for Charity in it. And I'm here for it, you know?
Six out. -4 to KO. I guess the cool one.
How much you mean?
6.
Doing some thinking. We're doing some planning.
Cards in hand.
See, a little bit again, written this position. Would you give it 4 Dawn available to him? He will have 6 at the start of the next turn, assuming he doesn't Dawn minus anymore. But
Tenantly.
for 5 Dawn available. This one's 9 or 10. There's a 4K and a 2K. I almost called it Radical Gleam. That's the red one. And then I almost called it Baja Blast. So, my brain has decided to forget the name of that card that I've played before. Into active stage.
Where's your life at? Sorry. I've yet to see this deck be played. This deck looks wild. It's ugly. It's an ugly. That is one ugly ass character. So you go through your 7 and 8
for
first
7K
you actually
deleted.
go through your entire deck.
What if Jacob is going to block if he has enough cards in hand to combo out?
Purple.
Decides to just block with the queen. Or close that from my office window right now.
I'm playing Doki tonight.
There's a Doflamingo blocker.
Check
Check
it.
top 5.
Why was that card printed?
Reorganization.
It's just killing my boas. It killed 3 boas. It hurts, man. I'm gonna play Smoke Group, and even he looks bad. He doesn't look good. Not very impressed. What about Team Hall? I think I'm just gonna play that. It's control, right? It's technical control. Everything. No. I mean, we're getting control next set with yellow. Control in quotation words.
Jacob's still fighting the fight. Going to attack in here. With the Kobe for 6K. Actually, how big is Kobe? Is Kobe a 3K?
The carrot.
Cool. Let's still drop 4K. And in combos. I mean, the -1 from him played its effect, but technically times 2. And -1. It's a creature. Alright, swings into Ivankov. There's a blocker. And then we're going to see Zephyr swing and then die -4 to kill the other Ivankov.
I guess I'll take a life.
So you take his damage down to 3.
Cards in hand.
So he has 3 cards in hand. Cody throws 4 down onto Ivankov here, swings for 9K. Going to block the 2-drop. Going to throw 6 down. On to Doflamingo. That will be the game. Thank you for watching, folks. Have a great rest of your day.